Yo, we back with another one. We back. Yes, y'all see it. We being trying to be consistent here, man. Have a little bit more fun. Talk this good sports here with y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. The Objective Fan, also formerly known as A1 Hoop Zone. Appreciate y'all coming through and checking out the scene, man. But we finna tap back in and get back into talking this good hit sports with y'all, man. Um, give everybody a couple, give everybody a little minute or two, make their way in. Otherwise, I might jump in and just go ahead and get to cooking and get to starting up right away, man. But again, I appreciate y'all coming through. If you're catching the playback on this joint, I appreciate that as well. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. We're gonna definitely get started. I guess I ain't gonna be here for a long time. Just want to make it a fun time for y'all and get up out the way, man. Giving y'all my feed and my little, I won't say 2 cents because I already know somebody that got that name, but I'm gonna give y'all my take on a few of these things, man. Definitely got to give y'all my take. So right out the gate, man, we're gonna go boxing right out the gate for this one. So who is really calling for smoke with Jaron Boots Ennis, right? Now it was being reported, you know what I'm saying, that Jamel Charlo had hit the line, made a little meme talking about some he wanted smoke with Jaron Boots Ennis and stuff like that. Charlo was just trying to get his name back out there, man. He was calling smoke for Jaron Boots Ennis. He was calling for EJ, Earl Spence, if y'all not familiar who that is. Who else is he calling for smoke with, man? I think he even called out the Key and a couple other people. So he just calling he pretty much throwing shit to the wall and seeing what stick. That's what essentially what Charlo is doing, right? Seeing who will respond, who is going to give him opportunity, things of that nature. Charlo got to keep in mind, bro. Like he the one that pretty much walked away to take this hiatus, right? He lost to Canelo moving up in weight, came back down. So technically he still reigns supreme at 154. So when he come back, I'm pretty sure he can damn near get any fight that he wants, right? It's just a matter of him actually pursuing that fight. And that's just my take on how I looked at it. I'm just like, bro, like, what are you doing right now? Like, if you really wanted to fight these people, if you really wanted to be that person where it's like, all right, I want to fight this person. That's what I'm going to do to get here. That fight can be made. Oh, let's keep it a buck. Let's be honest, man. That fight could easily be made for Charlo. It's just a matter of him actually coming back and wanting the fights. That's the only thing. Him saying, like I said, making memes and calling out people, that stuff is cool. But at the end of the day, like, are you really committed to actually making these fights happen? Are you really committed to where you're going to go out here and give it an opportunity where you're going to say, oh, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to do this, this, and this, right? I'm going to pursue this fighter wholeheartedly and make sure that they know I want to fight. I'm going to put my bid in and go for it. He's not really doing that, bro. He's just calling out people, just saying he wants this and that person, but not really pursuing it from a standpoint of, all right, let me go ahead and actually put an offer out here. Let me go ahead and make sure I get Al Hammond and them boys working on making me a fight. He's not doing that. He just calling for attention and walking away from it, essentially. You know what I mean? That's all I'm seeing Charlo doing at this point. Again, who else wants smoke with Jaron Boots Ennis? We see or have claimed Virgil Ortiz do. Supposedly was suing Oscar De La Hoya, lost the lawsuit and all those type of things. They could be in cahoots with each other of literally just trying to make it look like he's trying to make that fight happen. But at the end of the day, he's not really trying to make that fight happen. Could be a situation upon that. Is this? I understand, like, from a business standpoint, man, Oscar De La Hoya is not trying to feed Virgil Ortiz to Jaron Boots Ennis, even though a lot of people think that's a 50-50 fight or it's going to be a fight where Virgil can win. For me, bro, I think Boots is going to put on a absolute mixtape performance against Virgil Ortiz. And it ain't going to be something where you're looking at it, you're going to be like, oh, no, man. Nah, I think Boots, only way Boots loses if he loses to himself, meaning he go in there, not get overconfident, but he just get bored and lazy and give an opponent an opportunity to get him up out of there. Otherwise, man, like, from what I see as of right now, man, Jaron Boots Ennis has got all the tools in the toolbox, and I do not see Virgil Ortiz beating him no way, no how. I don't see it. Don't see it happening. Would I be surprised and shocked? Absolutely, I would be surprised and shocked. Hell, that probably would be upset of the decade, to be honest, bro. Like I said, I know odds makers is going to probably try and make it as close to 50-50 as possible. But for the real ones that know, they going to definitely say, nah, but Boots got the edge in this one. for me at least, right? So outside of Virgil, who's made it seem like he wanted a little bit of smoke with Boots because he called him out in his what is that post fight when he was in the ring, say, "Hey man, get up here." They had a little face off and things of that nature. Outside of that, bro, like nobody else is calling Jaron Boots in his name for a fight. Nobody. What's my man name? Barack Mob or whatever his name is. He just lost to somebody, so it's like he no longer a champion. So it ain't like I ain't seeing nobody else calling for Boots' name. Nobody is screaming, "I want to fight Boots." There is a reason for that, bro. That young man is dangerous. That young man is a beast at what he do and a true professional amongst what he do, man. So I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anybody else screaming for a Boots fight. I don't see it. If y'all see it, y'all let me know in the comment section who y'all see screaming for a Boots fight. Who's really asking and saying that they want that smoke with Boots, and point it out to me because I'm not seeing it with nobody else. What's good with it, Quick? Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through. I know the singing OG might be live or is live at this point, man. But I was like, you know what, I got a little bit of time today, so I'm gonna hop on this joint and get to talking. For those that see it, y'all already know what that is. Y'all already know. I still rock my man down attire. I got both of them joints. This one and the original little purple, or what is it, neon green and purple one he put out. Got that as well. So I throw that on, and that's in regular rotation. You know what I mean? Quick said none of these fighters, the content creators, is asking for Boots. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Like I said, man, I ain't seeing nobody pressing the gas, pushing for a Boots fight. Only person that semi made it seem that way was Virgil in his post fight. Then all of a sudden he had to go through a lawsuit with Oscar that he magically lost. Outside, nobody else, nobody. I'm not seeing no. And Charlo, that was like just a very passive aggressive way of calling him out, but more so calling for some attention. I don't think he truly was asking for the smoke like he should be. And again, him being a former champion, he can come back and fight anybody. But again, if y'all see any fighter calling for Boots' name and they saying they really want to fight Boots, let me know in the chat. Whether it be in the live right now or you catching the playback, let me know. Because I ain't seen it yet. And then the next one I got, and again, I'm gonna keep this short. I ain't gonna be here for too long with y'all, but I'm gonna keep this one short too. We're gonna bring up a Tank Davis topic. I ain't gonna talk about Tank too much or nothing like that, but at the same time, potential comeback opponents, right? Who is this potential next fight gonna be against? What's his options? What's my take on that? For me, man, Tank Davis got the pick of the litter, meaning he could pick anybody from 130 to 140 to fight him. Literally, anybody he sends an offer to, they're not going to turn it down. The only exception to that, and the only person that said no, was Lomachenko, because Lomachenko knew what was going to happen. He knew, Loma knew, bro. He knew it would have been all bad for him. Outside of Loma being the only person that had, I wouldn't say the guts, but just the self-awareness to say no, he don't want to fight Tank Davis. There is nobody at 130 to 140 that's going to turn down a Tank Davis payday or a sweepstakes. Not one fighter. He can offer it to any of them. They're all going to take it. It does not matter because they understand potentially going to be their highest payday. They're going to be in one of the biggest stages against one of the biggest fighters. They're not going to turn it down, bro. It doesn't matter who it is. From 130 to 140, he can throw an offer out to any of them, and any of them are going to accept it, excluding Lomachenko. Now, y'all tell me where I'm wrong. Again, you can say I'm wrong in the live right now, or you can say it if you're catching the playback. Say it in the playback, bro. I respond to each and every comment. I'm not going to sit there and be one of the content creators that want to, make it a one-sided argument. No, let's have a conversation about it. Let's talk about it, right? Let's have an engagement about it. Y'all tell me, again, I'm going to repeat it. Tank Davis' next opponent can be from anywhere from 130 to 140. You tell me which fighter is going to turn down that fight. Seriously, tell me. Like, I just want to know. Anybody that can tell me that. Anybody. Actually, you know what? I ain't gonna even say it no more. I'll do this for y'all too. That way, I'm gonna do this for y'all too, man. Let me do this for y'all. For anybody that don't want to type it, and they might want to say, you know what? I might want to click the link to come up and talk about it. I pin the link right there for you too. I I open the panel. We can have a conversation about it. But like I was saying, bro, Tank Davis' next opponent can be anybody from 130 to 140. They're not gonna turn it down. Who would me personally? Who would I like to see him fight next? If I'm being 100% honest with y'all, man, and keeping it a buck, I would want to see Tank Davis have the run back with Lamont Roach. The only reason being because he had a draw with him, and I want to see that be rectified. Only reason being, if Tank would have beat Lamont Roach, I would not be calling for that fight again. The next fight down the line, if it was for Tank Davis sweepstakes, or who it would be Shakur Stevenson automatically. Shakur would be the next person. But again, since he had that draw with Lamont Roach, bro, you got to go back. You got to rectify that. You got to go and show us whether or not that was an anomaly. If you was having an off night, you know what I'm saying? If the grease in the eye was a real thing or whatever. Like we need that confirmation from a standpoint of a lot of people believe you the goods, right? And that night was a night where you had a person that was right there step for step with you. So we want to see whether or not if, again, it was an off night. In the off night, you had a draw. You didn't lose, but in the off night, you had a draw. So show us that you the fighter that everybody say that you are. Me, again, Tank comeback fight got to be a run back with Lamont Roach. You heard the rumors about Pitbull and all. I don't want nothing to do with Pitbull, none of that. The only fight for Tank that I'd want to see coming right back right now would be Lamont Roach. If you can't make the Lamont Roach fight happen, Shakur Stevenson is the next one. After Shakur Stevenson, I will line it up with Abdullah Mason. Line it up with Abdullah Mason. You know what I mean? The only reason I say that, Abdullah's a champion now. Why not? You got options, bro. Like I said, Tank got options from 130 to 140. He sent an offer. They're not going to decline it. That could be anybody. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section on that. Next one after that, man, I'm going to move over to Frank Martin, his conditioning. I think Frank Martin's conditioning is an Achilles heel. And will it cost him his prime of being like, will Frank Martin ever be considered or labeled as an elite fighter? And what I mean by that is, with his conditioning being the way it is, bro, like his conditioning is an Achilles heel for him that isn't going to allow him to really see the type of success that he should be able to see. My honest opinion, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Do y'all think I'm wrong when I'm looking at Frank Martin and I'm simply saying his conditioning is going to hold him back from reaching his full potential? I don't think he can be an elite fighter. And again, we saw him step. Obviously, he and I'm talking about Frank Martin. He fought against Tank Davis. A lot of people try to say, at that point, Frank was already too big or not, all that stuff. At the end of the day, he stepped up against one of what we labeled as an elite fighter, and he got stopped, right? But when he got stopped, you could tell he was slowing down. That gas tank was starting to empty out. A lot of Frank Martin fights, bro, is that he's front running in these fights. His conditioning scares the hell out of me. When I see him start to get into the latter half of the fight, bro, in the championship rounds, he started fading, and it's like it's not this type of drop off where it's a slow. It's like a immediate. Punches look slower, foot movement is gone, head movement is gone. Like it doesn't look the same. So for him, and again, he a professional at this, but at the same time, bro, like if it's this obvious to me, and I would consider myself a professional, a professional casual of the sport of boxing. If it's that obvious to me, bro, I think he should take an entire, whether it be 6 months, training camp. Nah, don't do a training camp. Take at least like 4 or 5 months to solely work on conditioning. Nothing else. For Frank Martin, just work on your conditioning for 4 or 5 months, bro. Skip the weights. If you lifting weights, skip all of that. Just focus solely on your conditioning. That's it. Take 3 to 4 months, 3 to 5 months, whatever the case may be, conditioning work only. Because again, I stated it before and I'll state it again. It's reminding me and it's giving me a little bit of the Caleb Plant vibes. And Caleb is a hell of a dude. Shout out to him. But the conditioning is where it cost him against Canelo. The conditioning is where it cost him against David Benavidez as well. Outside of a couple of things with David Benavidez. But conditioning is a major key, bro. You can't be in a sport where your conditioning, if it start to fade, it's putting you in danger and putting your health in danger. What's good with Uncle Rick? Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate you coming through. It's for Frank Martin conditioning, bro. He has to absolutely be able to last in those championship rounds, bro. He got to. If he don't, he gonna continue to either he gonna get stopped again or he gonna damn near get stopped. Because Nair Albright almost got him up out of there. Could y'all imagine if he had 2 more rounds to try and get the job done? What would have happened to Frank Martin, bro? He would have got stopped. And so his thing is it's conditioning. For the first 3 to 5, I would say 3 to 6 rounds, bro. Frank looked like he looks like an absolute beast. Soon as it hits round 7, 8, 9, don't say 10. When it gets to that latter half, he tapers off bad. Starts getting hit with shots he should be able to get out of the way of. His punches don't got no steam on it no more. He's fighting with heart because we know he got heart. He definitely a dog. He gonna come to fight. But at the end of the day, if your conditioning betrays you, bro, it's over with. And so for him, my unsolicited advice to Frank Martin, work on your conditioning. Focus solely, again, put in 3 to 5 months, just conditioning work, bro. For Frank Martin, 3 to 5 months conditioning work. If you don't do it, I tell you what, if he don't do it and he running back with Nair Albright, he might mess around and get stopped. Even if it's another 10-round fight, he might get stopped because Nair has figured it out where all he got to do is pressure him, make him use his energy, use all that lateral movement, footwork, you know what I'm saying, upper body movement, all those things. As soon as it gets again to the back half of the fight, press the gas even more. You know you can get him up out of there. Again, I don't see him being able to beat any elite fighter with having gas tank issues. He can't. When you got a gas leak that big, bro, it's all bad for you, especially at the elite level. When he was calling out Shakur or something like that, it would have been all bad for him with Shakur because Shakur would have dragged Frank into the later rounds and drowned him. He would have drowned him twice. Frank got to figure out this gas tank issue, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Again, if you're catching the live, let me know what you think. If you're catching the playback, let me know what you think. I respond to each and every comment. I don't pass up on nothing. I show everybody the same respect, bro. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Frank Martin and this gas tank. Is that something that's going to cost him? Is it something that might derail his actual, you know what I'm saying, ability to be able to reach his full potential? Can you see him becoming an elite fighter at some point due with these gas tank issues? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And if you don't want to type it, I got the link pinned. Pull up. We can talk about it. But I'm going to move on from Frank, man. Like I said, I like Frank Martin. Obviously, I rock with Earl Spence. Y'all see the strap season jump right there that we got on, man. So the merch, we got that going for him. But at the end of the day, bro, like, I'm pretty sure Earl done told him too, like, bro, you got to work on your conditioning. Like, we done seen EJ in fights, and EJ don't never look tired in no fight, bro. That man is all gas, no brakes the entire time. Every elite fighter that you done seen, have you ever seen him have a gas tank issue? Bud Crawford, no gas tank issue. Earl Spence, no gas tank issue. Tank Davis, no gas tank issue. Shakur Stevenson, no gas tank issue. Devin Haney, no gas tank issue. David Benavidez, he had a small gas tank issue when he moved up in weight and he didn't carry the weight right. But what do we see in the next fight at that weight class? He was dogging people out, just going right back to what he used to because he had to get used to carrying the weight. Every elite fighter, Floyd Mayweather as well. Floyd is about to be 176 years old, bro. Guess what? I guarantee y'all that he is not going to show no gas tank issues. I ain't never seen one elite fighter have gas tank issues. Not one. Brother Uncle Rick said, even against Bud, no quit. Exactly, bro. It wasn't gas tank. The man was fighting on E out there, and it was like he ain't made no excuses, so I'm not going to do it as well. But at the same time, bro, like EJ was still throwing the punches with the same leverage he had. He might have been a little bit more tentative because he was hurt. But he still was, it didn't look like there was a gas tank issue when Bud was getting, when Bud was putting it on EJ. EJ didn't look like he had a gas tank issue. It just looked like he was in there with the better man that night, and we saw the results of it, plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? But every other fighter, again, y'all name me one elite fighter that y'all done seen that's had a gas tank issue. There's one. Would I consider Mike Tyson an elite, I would say his aura and who he was and his reputation was elite. But when I looked at Mike, when whether it be Prime or whatever the other ones, man, we know that Mike has always been a front runner, meaning he's most dangerous in the first half of the fight, right? But he'll finish a fight where he's still out there swinging, he's still dangerous. But I, me personally, I wouldn't put him in that stature of saying like elite. Just me. But every other fighter, man, that I didn't see that you consider elite, at least maybe at the smaller weight classes, I should probably put a caveat to that. The smaller weight classes, I haven't seen one with the gas tank issue that's elite, not one. So that's my take for Frank Martin. That's the only thing I have to say about it, bro. Like again, my unsolicited advice on what I would have to say about it is please work on your conditioning, bro. Get that conditioning set, and you all good from there, bro. You all good. Y'all can see I'm surrounded by goats all across the different sports, bro. Like you ain't never seen Muhammad Ali had no gas tank issue. You know what I mean? Usain Bolt, hey, we saw him. Jordan, on the gas tank he had, he got tired of winning, so he had to go take a year hiatus. But there was a whole lot of other stuff, in that whole thing. But I ain't gonna say too much on that. But yeah, man, yeah. So that's my advice to Frank Martin, bro. And then my next little topic, man, what's next for Gary Antoine Russell, right? And I said this on who was it, man? I think I was either on it was either on Brother Just Do, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, or BLTV. I can't remember, or even Everything Boxing. I can't remember specifically. I know for a fact I definitely asked it on Just Do Boxing. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to all them channels I just listed as well. I know for a fact I said it on his channel where I asked a question, or I posed a question. I said, hey, is there a reason why Gary Antoine Russell gets this lure of being an elite fighter when he hasn't been in there with a big name yet? And he's been at 140 this whole time, and he came out himself saying he has the ability to move down to 135 or move up to 147, but he hasn't done neither to get a big marquee name or a big marquee fight. Why do we consider him why is that the case? And if I remember right, and again, I'm paraphrasing, my brother Just Do say that's a great question. I'm not sure why he hasn't moved, whether it be to down to 135 to make a big fight happen, or to 147 to make a big fight happen. And he got fights at 140 that could be made, but at the same time, like, do we blame PBC or what exactly is it where we not seeing this dude in the ring with big marquee names? We just saw him in the ring with this other dude from Japan, man, where what's his name? Hiroka, where he what was it? Dude flew in. Pretty much he flew into America 48 hours prior to his fight with Gary, and he gave Gary everything he can handle and then some, bro. Like, Gary is nice, and I think a lot of it comes from obviously the Russell reputation and the family lineage in boxing, whether Mr. Gary Russell and things of that nature, man. That we give them that love just based off of that strength of it, right? But for me personally, right, I want to see him in a big marquee fight. I want to see him against another big name that's there. So then that way, like he has an opportunity to showcase what he can actually do. Him beating what's my man's my little Latino dude name, man, that just moved over or signed with Zuffa. Oh my God, man. Is it Vasquez? I can't remember his name, and I'm blanking on his name. But he beat him, and that was like the biggest name that for me that's relatively like relevant that I can remember that he beat. Outside of that, bro, I can't remember any of the other fighters that he done beat, that he done walk through. Because it's like, bro, you got what, 17, 18 knockouts, or 19 wins with like 17, 18 knockouts or something like that. My only question is who are they against, bro? I need to see Gary Antoine Russell in there with a big marquee name or another big fight. He got an opportunity now at 140, bro. Him and Shakur was exchanging pleasantries about saying, complimenting one another on them being hell of a fighters and champions and things of that nature. Hey, you got a chance to unify now. You can run it. You can run it with Shakur. He already said he would. Let's see it, bro. Like you got a chance where you can fight Africa. Let's see it, bro. Like for me, I just want to see him in there with another big name. If he can't get no big fights at 140, and you've already said that you have the ability to make 135 easy and comfortably, move down to 135 or move up to 147. One of the two. If you can't get done at 140, give us one of the two from a fan that I just want to see you fighting the best to go out there and show like, hey, you really like that. You know what I mean? And it's Valenzuela. There we go. Jose Valenzuela is the person he beat that I would consider a name that I can look at and be like, damn, like he beat the, a top tier fighter type thing. You know what I'm saying? Jose Valenzuela is nice, but he ain't up here. You know what I mean? He not up here. I just want to see it. Me personally. That's my whole take on it. So it's one of the things I got to see. What's good with the G5? Salute to you, bro. That's one of the things I got to see from that is who the hell can Gary Anton Russell fight, where I'm going to look at it and say, you know what? That was a top tier fighter. That was a hell of a fighter. He put on an absolute performance. That's what I want to see, me personally. I think he should move up or down if he can't get nothing at 140. That's my take. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, whether it be live right now or the playback. Let me know. I'll respond to each and every comment. I don't leave nothing unread. I see it all. Let me know. Now I'm gonna switch gears over to basketball for y'all, man. So for me, and I watched this because I saw Trae Young getting his tribute when I was watching the Hawks game last night, and I got to see Kuminga out there. Kuminga looking happy as hell. He wearing that happiness well over there in that Atlanta Hawks uniform. You hear me? Like when I saw, I ain't never seen nobody smile from the point that they get on the floor all the way into the game was over. He's smiling the entire time. I ain't never seen it. I'm proud of him. Shout out to him. He happy as hell to be there. Atlanta Hawks got them one, and it's showing, bro. He looks so happy. And then to go out there and put up 27 points, I think on 9 and 12 shooting or something like that. That's a good debut. I can say that much. Teammates look happy as hell to have him there. Good fit, and it resulted in a dub. Like for me, y'all got y'all one. Kuminga is one of the ones, bro. He given the opportunity to showcase it. He gonna get more minutes if not. If I'm not mistaken, came off the bench, but I'd be hard pressed to see him not being a starter for this squad. And for him, yeah. But anyway, I brought up the Atlanta Hawks because I wanted to talk about Trae Young, but I had to give Kuminga his flowers and wishing that man nothing but the best. Him and Buddy Hill over there, I call Buddy Hill Mr. Ed, them trout teeth. He look happy, bro. He looked happy. But for Trae Young, man, when they played that what is it called? Montage or pretty much thank you video to him, he got, super emotional, you know what I mean? Because Trae Young got an attachment with Atlanta, just like Atlanta got an attachment with Trae Young, because that little dude, man, being at all of 5'11" and being 110 pounds soaking wet with bricks in his pockets, Trae Young gave the Atlanta Hawks everything he had and then some, bro. Like everybody was dubbing him as the next Steph Curry because, deep range shooting, quickness, floater, all those type of things, the handle and whatnot. But the shining moment for him was the fact that they were the 8 seed knocking out the 1 seed, the 76ers, when they did that, and it was unexpected, and nobody was thinking that was going to be the case. What's good with it, Thomas Hill? Salute to you, bro. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming through. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody was thinking that was going to be the case where the Atlanta Hawks were going to beat the number 1 seed in the East, the Philadelphia 76ers, and they did that. Shout out to them. And obviously a lot of that is whole prominent and due to the fact of what Trae Young and obviously the type of confidence that he exuded to the team and what they was able to do together, right? So him getting emotional about the tribute video was something where I said it made me scratch my head and say, outside of Dominique Wilkins and maybe Spud Webb, would y'all consider Trae Young being, the greatest Atlanta Hawk? Or would he be top 3? So I was like, man, that's a good little talking point. Because somebody else that I was messaging back and forth with, I was like, bro, you watching this? Like, he was like, yeah, man. Then he was just talking about it, and I said the same thing. Where I was just saying that it's another thing. Okay, Clay, I will fix it later. Daddy's doing something right now. Okay. No, it's not working. I know I have to put batteries in it, and I'll fix it for you. Okay. I'll fix it for you, kid. My bad, y'all. My son come in here telling my daughter because she broke one of his toys. But yeah, man. Y'all give me one second. Let me close this door real quick. Where were we? Would y'all consider Trae Young being one of the greatest, if not the greatest, one of the greatest Atlanta Hawks to ever lace them up over there? What do y'all think? Again, y'all can comment if y'all in the live now, or if you're catching the playback. Listen to playback, bro. I respond to each and every comment. I don't leave nothing unread. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Would y'all consider Trae Young being the greatest Atlanta Hawk, or at least top 3 for Atlanta Hawks that they've had in the past? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. He said, close the door. Yeah, I told him to close the door, bro. He ran out and ran upstairs to go say, I told daddy you broke my toy. I'm like, come on, man. It's wild to me, bro. What's good with 84 jacked up? He said, not over Wilkins. Yeah, not and that's the thing. That's why when I first led with it, I was saying Dominique, me personally, for me, Dominique is the greatest Atlanta Hawk that had ever laced it up, bro. He put them on the map and carried that team back to being relevant at that time and era that they was in. But I can definitely agree with you. 84 jacked up. Now for being number 2, I put Trae Young at number 2 just because the impact he's had on the community, the organization. Even though they didn't win a championship, but overall, what he was able to bring to that city and to that team, and the accomplishments he did have, being at his size and stature for that team. That's just me. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Thomas Hill said, "Nah, not really. I think he's approaching the conversation though." Yeah, I can understand that. And again, it was no beef for anybody's take or how they feel about it. I'm just curious of how they view Trae Young and what he meant to the Atlanta Hawks for the time he was there. Thomas Hill said, but Dominique is the reason why the Hawks are relevant. Yeah, and that literally just has said it too, bro. I can't really go against that because a lot of people know Dominique for the windmills and dunking and stuff like that. Trae, a lot of people kind of look at him saying again he's supposed to be the next Steph 2.0 and all that type of stuff again for the deep range shooting, being undersized. They both bright skinned. Except for Trae, I don't know what the hell kind of hair Trae got. Trae got some Donald Trump type hair, some Donald Trump curl type stuff going on, man. But yeah, I don't know what to really say about that hair. But yeah, man. So again, shout out to him. New opportunity, new place to be. If it was me personally and I would have been in his shoes, ain't no way in hell I would have been like, man, I want to go to the Washington Wizards, bro. Like, ain't no way I'm trade me to the Wizards. Hell no. Like you sending me to the land of the hey, no disrespect. I'm gonna leave it right there. But for me, you had a better opportunity winning with the Hawks than you did with the Wizards, right? And I'm gonna run. Actually, let me do this too. So I ain't gonna be too disrespectful. Let me run down. Let me see who's on this Wizards roster, bro. Give me 1 second, y'all. See, so we got, man, ain't no way, bro. I mean, he is pairing with AD, but I ain't gonna disrespect Anthony Davis, but at the same time, bro, like always dressed in casual clothes, AD, like that could be a good 1-2 punch between Trae Young and Anthony Davis, but you got what Justin Champagnie, Jaden Hardy, Jameer Watkins, Balil, Tristan, Alex Sarr, Anthony Gill, Keyshawn George, my bad. Bub Carrington, who else, man? They got D'Angelo Russell, who is a damn cone on the defensive end. Who else, man? So yeah, I mean, with that squad, I don't see them winning no more than maybe 3.5 games more. It didn't move the needle at all for me. Not one bit. Now, when I look at the Atlanta Hawks roster, right? Jonathan Kuminga, Dyson Daniels, Corey Kispert, Buddy Hield, CJ McCollum, Keaton Wallace, Jalen Johnson, like Nickeil Alexander Walker, like bruh. That's I mean, obviously, some of those came with acquisitions of trading Trae Young, but when I look at the Atlanta Hawks roster, I can see the Atlanta Hawks, man, and they got Gabe Vincent as well. I can see them absolutely winning. I would say almost. I would say 10 more games, at least 10 more games more than they did, you know what I'm saying, obviously last year or when Trae Young was there. Because they upgraded at damn near every single level for a position that they have. They have multiple scores and they have low maintenance players that could have superstar capabilities to score and do like it's all there for the meshing and for the perfect like mesh to have a team that come together and play team cohesive basketball and not be out here, you know what I'm saying, on some I hate to bring my team into this. My Lakers, where it's Luka heavy, Austin Reeves heavy, and LeBron heavy. It's centered around them three. For this Atlanta Hawks team, bro, like it's whoever has the hot hand or all of them at the court. They're playing together. They're playing for one goal in mind to win the game. For some of these teams that have big marquee name or centric players like that, they playing for stats. They playing to make sure that they get what they're supposed to on their end. They making sure they hit certain stat lines to get their incentives and things like that. Again, just my take. But that Atlanta Hawks team, way better than the Wizards, man. He said, if I said facts, Wilkins was a bucket too. Yep. Thomas Hill said, question. I see everyone with them hydro flasks. Why is that? Wait, why is that the new trend? The hydro flask? Yeah, I'm not sure, bro. I'm not. Let me take a look at something. Oh no, this ain't a hydro flask. This is I stole one of my wife's it's like her like coffee mug thing, and I got some tea in here because my damn lymph node was swollen on the left side, so I've been drinking some warm tea. But no, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. She don't do them. I just took one of her coffee mugs that she had, bro, and used that to keep my tea hot and use it for that joint. But yeah, Thomas said I'm missing out. He said I'm missing out for this. Yeah, nah. When you in Minnesota, bro, where it's cold as hell, you need your drink to stay hot as long as it can. Or if you obviously in the southern state, you got one of them drinks, you need that joint to stay as cool as it can. You know what I mean? So that's why you see a lot of people do it. 84 Jacked Up says Trae Young is the third option on a contender. Bruh, I'm telling you, he's a nice little player, but the issue is he little. You know what I mean? We've seen little players have success, but you got to be able to shoot like a Steph. You got to be, well, at that time for Spud Webb and Muggsy Bogues, they came in an era where the little man, they had to try and figure him out. But nowadays, man, you got people LeBron size or Giannis size who is freaks of nature with their height and length, but they move as if they're a two guard or a one. Like they move at the same speed. So it's like these big dudes now can shuffle them puppies, bro. They can move them feet and play some damn defense. So I think that's the issue where all these smaller guards are running into major issues at. Is trying to get past these defenders that can do it all. You know what I mean? What's good with a knockout boxing 86 TV? Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. He said LeBron the GOAT. Hey, you should have saw the background joint I had yesterday, man. I had some people hit me up behind the scenes and they were like, hey man, we're gonna have to have this argument and this topic again. I said, nah, bro, I ain't doing that again. I ain't doing it to myself. And he said, Luka, the baby GOAT. Bro, Luka a beast, man. I'm happy he done lost that weight. And for me, the only issue I had with Luka, well, two issues. I had the issue of him complaining to the referee, like, stop doing that, bro. It annoys the hell out of me that every single play he cries to the refs. The second thing for me, it was him playing defense. I don't need you to be no damn Ruben Patterson or Tony Allen or nothing like that, but I need you to be able to not be the weakest link on the court. Well, they are literally looking to put you in a pick and roll situation to try and isolate you out and take advantage of you. Now I'm seeing him play a little bit more defense. I'm seeing him actually move his feet, have causing turnovers and things like that. He's putting more effort toward playing defense. So for me, I don't got much of a gripe no more. Now it's just stop crying to the refs. That's it. He do that, bro. I ain't got nothing to say. Nothing to say at all. That's the only ever gripe I done ever had with him ever. The whole time. Thomas just said, okay, bet. Yeah, that coffee mug thing. Yeah, bro. I don't know nothing about the rest of that. I just know I just needed that joint for my tea. Thomas Hill said LeBron going out on that sauce game. LeBron going out on the sauce. Hey, bro, I ain't never seen nobody 200 years old getting chased down blocks, out here dunking on folks still. I'm glad his jumper done improved some, bro, because if LeBron couldn't shoot, man, he still can't. In my eyes, he still can't shoot. He can get streaky hot, but at the same time, bro, he got one of the most awkwardest jumpers ever. I don't know if it's because he buff as hell. I don't know if is it because he's a natural. LeBron is a natural lefty that shoots righty. So for me, I'm a natural righty, but I'm orthodox or not orthodox. I'm ambidextrous. I can shoot with my left and right, and it looks the exact same. Like there's not really a difference. LeBron is like, bro, he can be standing still. And when you normally anybody that's ever been a shooter and played basketball, when you shoot the ball, you're supposed to go straight up, come right back down. He could be standing still and shoot the ball, and for somehow it's a natural fade. He naturally fades for no reason. I have no idea why this is. Again, no hate, no slight, no disrespect. It's the most weirdest thing I've ever seen. When LeBron shoot the ball, he can be standing still. His body just starts fading on its own. I have no idea why. If you don't believe me, go pull up any LeBron James highlight of him pulling up a jumper or a standstill jumper, whether it be warm-ups, anything. I guarantee when he shoots it, when he releases, he's going to be fading. I have no idea why. No idea why. Normally, when you shoot the ball, you're supposed to go straight up and come right back down. Y'all tell me a lie. If I'm lying to you, you point it out to me. Thomas Hill said, yeah, losing that weight was the Mando, but the complaining to the refs is partly due to the influence of LeBron and he was doing that over with Dallas though, bro. Like he was complaining a lot when he played for Dallas. So we all know LeBron with the refs, yeah. But if you look back, LeBron, his temperament when it comes to referees has changed when the molding of the game has been changing. When he first got in the league, bro, he wasn't worried about no ref. He was trying to get to the rim, get contact, or dunk on somebody. He wasn't worrying about nothing to do with the refs. His first few years in the league wasn't worrying about the refs. Once it started trending towards understanding how to manipulate the refs on getting certain calls and stuff like that, and the game started trending that way, that's when you started seeing all these like all them faces. That's when you started seeing that was when that happened, right? Again, that's just my take. What's good with it, Teach? Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you coming through, man. Appreciate you coming through. Tommy Jill said, "Oh man, Moses, a fact he got a little more effective with the J, has gotten better his age." Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, like that was always the scouting report on LeBron. You know what I'm saying? His early years was back off him, let him shoot, because they knew he was a blur when it came to speed and he can jump out of the gym. So they didn't want to give him that opportunity to get the crowd ignited and things like that. What do? Force him to shoot the ball. But then what did he do? He got in the lab and worked on it. And now it's like, you got to contest it. You ain't got no choice. Thomas Hill said, I think he's trying to be cool when he shoots the J that way. It could be. He said he was, but it has gotten increasingly worse since he joined the Lakers. Yeah, bro. I agree. Again, and me, myself, I'm a diehard Lakers fan. I've been a Lakers fan my whole entire life. I'm not a LeBron fan, not a Luka fan, not a LeBron hater, not a Luka hater either. I've been a Lakers fan since Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones days. My Laker tenureship goes way back, bro. People are gonna say you dating yourself. I'm a late '80s baby, bro. But I've always been a Lakers fan. I think I might have to blame my older brother for that. Now that I think about it, I ain't never thought about it before. I might have to blame him because he been a Lakers fan, and he just kind of, I don't know how that happened, but it did. I done always been a Lakers fan, but now my oldest brother, he is a Tar Heels fan, and he a damn Buccaneers fan. I don't rock with neither one of them. For football, I'm a Saints fan. Hey, say what you want to in the chat, bro. I pull up. Say what you want to about my Saints, but I'm a Saints fan for football. For college, I ain't never really had a college team that I didn't ever rock with. I watch any team. I watch any team. So for me, I ain't never really had one. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, Luca with the hey man, I think it's shining or showing more with I think it's shining or showing more with Luca being with the Lakers because he's with a bigger marquee team, but I also think they're getting more TV time. So you're seeing it more. When he was with Dallas, they got TV time, but it also didn't come with the lure of purple and gold. It's something different when you got on that Lakers that, yeah, it's just going to shine more. Thomas Hill said he started that Vlade Divac. He won't stop covering up for the GOAT. Hey, bro. Hey, I ain't got, hey, he said the purple and gold always. Yes, sir. I ain't got nothing to say about it, man. He said late 80s, you either with a Laker or a Celtics fan. Yeah. I mean, I don't rock with the Celtics at all, bro. But yeah, I'm Lakers through and through. I say that. Lakers through and through. Oh, I was born in 87, bro. I didn't get to see Magic and Bird having a rivalry. They was getting dominated by this man over here by the time I you know started really figuring it out. 84 Jacked Up says that he said them garbage ain'ts. Hey, bro. Hey, you ain't gonna be disrespecting my team, bro. You ain't gonna be disrespecting my team. Hey, that's how people get they get sent to the abyss. Nah, but hey, but shout out to you though. Like I said, bro, I welcome any and all opinions on it. But yeah. I didn't have people say, "How the hell are you a Saints fan? You're not from Louisiana." I'm like, "You from Texas? You born and raised in Texas, and you live in Minnesota now, or you used to live in California, now you live in Minnesota." I'm like, bro, that ain't never changed my fandom. I rock with who I rock with, bro. Like my team is my team. I could live on Pluto, and I'm still gonna be a Lakers fan, still gonna be a Saints fan, bro. That's just that's just how it is. It's how it is. I don't know what to say. That's just where my fandom is, bro. But yeah, man. But yeah, it's wild though. Like I still be getting hung up on the fact that just thinking about it from time to time with it. Thomas said USC and the team in college. Yeah, he said Kings my team in hockey. That's the thing, bro. So with me for hockey, I ain't never watched a hockey game. Only thing I do is I turn on the highlights to see them fights, just because it'd be funny as hell, especially when somebody be getting slept. That'd be funny as hell to me, just for hockey. But nothing against hockey. I ain't never. But I say this: the hockey almost got me when the Mighty Ducks movie came out back in the day. I can tell you that, bro. Due to Mighty Ducks, that's why I'm more knowledgeable or know a little bit about hockey. Not enough to have a full-blown conversation, but enough to understand the basics of hockey. Thank you, Mighty Ducks, bro. Thank you, Mighty Ducks. Just like what's the other one, bro? Just like I didn't know nothing about bobsledding until that Jamaica got a bobsled team. Cool Runnings, another one. That's how I learned about that. Shout out to them. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know nothing about bobsled either. So shout out to Mighty Ducks and shout out to Cool Runnings, bro. They played their part and putting A1 up on game with certain sports that I ain't never seen in my life. Being a Texas boy, man, you don't know. You ain't never seen no bobsledding because you didn't have snow that lasted longer than 5 minutes. Hockey, non-existent. I mean, obviously you got the Dallas Stars. If I'm not, they are the Dallas Stars, right? For the hockey team in Texas. Somebody in the chat correct me if I'm wrong, but for me, I ain't never been nowhere to see nobody skating on ice or nothing like that. That's one thing about it I can say. And then my brother Thomas Hill.
Yeah, what's good with it, man? I just saw the link, man. So I said I'd come up and talk, man. I respect you being a fan of the Saints, bro. Like, you're a true fan when your team ain't really been historically successful or they've had some down spells, man. I'm a Laker fan. At one point in time, the Lakers was and I mean it was by leaps and bounds the most widely successful sports franchise of all sports.
Yep.
And then my man passed away. His son got to him. Jerry West went away.
Yep.
And then it just went to shiznit. Like, and then now your girl coming out there leaking out information that, LeBron running the team. And it's just bad right now, man. And I can't stand it because we went from number 1 to like number 7, bro. That's how bad and atrocious it was. And in the process of this time, one of the greatest players to ever play had to be on the roster and get slandered because of it. This nigga played with the likes of freaking Xavier Henry, Andrew Gowlock, Slava Medvedenko, freaking DJ Banga. Man, we drafted a nigga that, his greatest shine was being in the locker room, bro. Javaris credited. Like, we had so much foul talent that was around this man. And he was making the playoffs, bro. I can't understand or fathom the hate that this dude receives. But, man, it's tough because the Dodgers were struggling. And I'm watching other teams win. I hate the fact that the Celtics won, bro. It's tough being certain fans, man. So when you say you're a fan of a team that struggled, man, I respect the hell out of that. And at one point in time, dog, when you were coming up and watching them, not only did they have some hard-ass uniforms, man, they had some banging-ass players on their team, dog.
Yep.
They had Dalton Hilliard on that team. They had Hayward on that team. They had freaking Vaughn Johnson, Ricky Jackson, Pat Mills. Who's the other dude that they had, man? At the 4 linebackers, they was tough, dog.
Yep.
And they got a Trojan on the team later on. Niggas went and won a Super Bowl, bro. Shout out to them. Shout out to them, dog.
Man, I'm already knowing, bro. I already know it. It's funny too. Like when the Saints won that joint, right? Went back in the Superdome. Back with Breeze and them boys.
Yeah, with Breeze. Hell quarterback.
Another homeboy I know, he a Saints fan, man. We was over the moon. And I think at that time I lived in Portland, Oregon. And my cousin was like, bro, he was like, they never gonna win nothing again. There was an accident, blah, blah, blah. It was Hurricane Katrina, so it was meant for them to be and da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, hey, all I know is we won one. That's all I gotta do. We won one within a certain time frame, bro.
Yeah. In your lifetime, you got to see it, bro. And it's like, man, sometimes people go a whole lifetime without seeing their favorite fan. And I mean, fanaticism is real. We see it every day on the damn YouTube thing.
Yep.
You don't get to see your team win, so you get to live through like past, like maybe they won back in the day, or you can go through somebody else's struggles and relate to them. Like, I'm an Eagles fan, bro. Like, I'm not the type of Eagle fan that like hate on everybody else or celebrate when somebody else is like not doing well. My bad. You want me to turn my camera on, dog?
No, I turn mine off real quick.
Yeah, because I don't want to mess your stream up. But I just know that you
can turn it off if you want to. I was gonna say I gotta run. I was gonna say hold me down for a minute. I gotta run.
Oh, for sure. So like I understand how like the Cowboys have been a great franchise, like one of the greatest franchises in the sport. So I'm not gonna snap on them like a lot of these other cats do, because it does no justice for me. I think that the team should do their best to try to put the best product out there, and they should not, like, as a fan, you shouldn't be upset or targeting other folks because they're not doing it. Man, the Lakers helped me get through some bad days. I felt we had Kobe and Shaq, and I felt there was no way we should not win at least 8 titles. No way. And somehow, some way, they fudged that up. They didn't put the right players around them, and then they played one against another. And I blame a lot of that on Phil Jackson. I think Phil Jackson was playing master manipulator to try to get who he thought was most valuable at the team at the time on his side. And I think he later came out and said that, man. But a lot of people, because they hate somebody for being like somebody else, or they're catching buzz like somebody else, they do that. I see we do this a lot in boxing, bro, a lot in all sports. And it's just that, the blame gets shifted, but the blame truly is ultimately with the people that's pulling the decisions. And our people that was pulling the decisions, man, just let chaos rule, man. And like you said, once my man Jerry Buss died, that was the beginning of everything coming apart at the seams. And then, West left off, and such is history now, man. That being the case, Trae Young, I think, is better served somewhere else, man. I don't think he's going to be the benefit to that Atlanta Hawk team that they need to be. And plus, they got CJ McCollum. And I think that he is a more polished version of what they need him to be. So I think it was a good move. I think he probably was a problem in the locker room. I think that, he needed to be liberated for his own well-being, man, because you could start seeing it affect his play. I think that, as far as the Lakers got to do something with regards to having people play solid on defense. They gotta do better with rebounding, and they gotta hit shots, man. I think that for the longest time, sans the Showtime era, we ain't had the ability to hit the open J, and it's been hurting the Lakers, man. They've had some dynamic talent, but just not enough stuff around them that would secure them to have a dynasty run again. They were able to get 3 in a row with Shaq and Kobe. Then Kobe got 2 more. But, ever since then, if it wasn't for that lockout season, man, the bubble season, we probably wouldn't have anything, man. And it's sad because LA should be a place where people want to come and play. And it's been dysfunction. So hopefully this new management brings them back, man. But yeah, man, I think that we really got to start looking at the people who pull the plugs and makes these decisions, man. They are the ones who are ultimately not allowing things to take place, or they're stopping things from moving forward. And I think with him, I think he wore his welcome out there in Atlanta. I think that the team, they weren't responding well with his presence on there. And, I think that they felt like he needed probably a new start, man, and it would have helped them out. I think they got the best out of the trade. I think the trade actually was a good trade for all parties involved. I think Atlanta's going to be happy, though, because like you said, they got some dogs on their team, and they got some really good pieces. And they've already had some, so now they just added some more complementary pieces. And they understand, man, in order for you to make a run, I think Toronto showed everybody the way you need to make a run in the playoffs and possibly vie for a title. So they set the blueprint. I think that San Antonio is the consummate professional blueprint, but it takes dedicated individuals top to bottom to actually perform their moniker or their set that they put in play for their championship pedigree. And they don't have their coach no more, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for them going forward. They do got the unicorn in Wemby, and they got some talent around them, so it's going to be interesting to see how they move forward. But yeah, man, sports is good. I think that at times sports can be a distraction to a lot of nonsense going around us in the world, but it's crazy how we toxify the sports, man. Use it to weaponize it against other folks, man. That being the case, dog, I'm glad that we do got the objective fan, my man A1 from day one, and that, he can bring content that we can actually have a conversation with, because it's good to have conversations. I love to talk sports. And, come to an understanding, because I don't know everything. And I'm going to be honest, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So that's why it's always good to come up and talk sports, man. It's good to have a little bit of banter, but I don't like the disrespect, man. Sometimes, man, it get real disrespectful in these dang YouTube streets. But that being the case, man, hey, shout out to Just Do Boxing, the voice, New Jersey's finest. Shout out Cam J Network from the Natty. It's the network, Cam J by Fame. Man, shout out, who else we got up in here? My man Jacked Up from 84 Fame. Teach one of the true Shakur Stevenson fans, man. I got much love and respect for. KO, 86 TV. You know, I got love for that brother, even though he a Cowboy fan. G5, my man, Fizzle. Uncle Rick, you know what it is with him and Quee, 42. Guys done came through, man. You know, but yeah, going back with the situation, man, with the Hawks, I don't think that when you think of the Hawks, man, you do think of Dominique Wilkins. I mean, he was the human highlight film. He was part of the reason why the NBA was must-see TV at the time. I mean, thankful for the rivalry that Bird and Magic had that carried from college and the tourney all the way into the league, man. They were able to ride that wave. And then, you know, Jordan came along and reinvented the way we watch the sport and how they market the sport. But Dominique was also a huge player in that, man. And Dominique was giving people buckets. He was causing problems, and, you know, he was electrifying crowds on a game-by-game basis. This man was the pulse of the NBA, man. He was what was the delineating factor between athletes of every sport, man. I truly believe that basketball athletes are the best athletes there are in all of sports. But when you see people like him, you really get a gauge of how awe-inspiring they are. You know, you can go back all the way to, people don't put a lot of respect on his name, but Bill Russell, man. I seen Bill Russell grab a rebound, dribble it 3 times from the rebound he grabbed, and then jumped over a person and laid the ball up, man. That's just pure athleticism. I heard stories about Wilt Chamberlain and things he did. Man, these athletes are truly special, man. And you know, for the most part, they're really, really big individuals on the court too, man. For the most part, as you said, little guys like Trae Young don't really impact the game unless they're extremely gifted or extremely special. And Trae Young is no Allen Iverson. He is no Steph Curry. Hell, he's no Damon Stoudemire. And the last little guy that they've had, no, well, they had a couple of little guys. I know they had Spud, and I think they had my man, what's his name? Mookie. They had what's the other young little dude? They had some little guys, but they had the right little guys that knew how to get the team involved and get things going. So, you know, I think Trae is more of a Steph Curry type of mindset, but not with the type of game that he has. And I mean, he tries to take over the game, and you got a lot of players around him that are really good that can help impact that team for the better when they win. So I think they had to make that move. I really do. So, yo, man, I don't know, man. I just think that, you know, these teams got to start seeing what's best for continuity, and they got to make the moves for that, man. And it means sometimes shipping somebody that's marquee. And Trae Young he has etched himself a pretty damn good career, man. And he's done made some plays that help bear mention to, you know, his stature in the league. But at the same time, man, I think the problem he became in that locker room, I think that started to show on the court. It started to show in his play. And then it started to show in the way he was being used and employed by the coach. So I think they had to make the move. Myself, man. You still here though, A1? Or you gone, man? Because if not, I can continue to talk. I think he's still gone. So with that, man, what's up in the chat? What we got going on? I see some people that came through. I see we got Cam J up in here, Just Do up in here. know, them two solid brothers right there, man. They stand on purpose and principle. You know, my man Teach, he's still up in here. Talk about, I could talk about them dang Lakers because that's my squad, man. And unfortunately, I don't think we're at the point where we can compete for a title. I think that we're missing a couple of pieces, and unfortunately, some of the pieces that we've added, they haven't panned out the way that they hoped that they would. So, you know, it impacts our ability. And for some odd reason, I think that we have been seen as a place where you don't want to go because you get lost in the sauce for other outside talent. And then there's the huge tag bracket that, you know, that you got to pay when you over this way. So that doesn't assist either. But also, I think that the coach that we got, I think the GM that we got, man, I think it's time for a change, a haul over. And I think that they, you know, with LeBron phasing out into his final chapter, it's interesting to see the moves we make. I'm glad that we do got Luka. I think that Luka can be someone you build around, and when you can get the right pieces, I think that we need to find a little bit more sturdier play inside. I think I like Ayton, but Ayton just hasn't been, I think, what the Lakers have needed. I think there are often times where he gets outworked on the court, and, you know, that used to didn't be the case when he was with Phoenix. No, it's a process of time since he's been with them, but I don't know if it's just dynamic, the team dynamic and it being altered, but I do believe that LeBron is truly one of the greatest to ever play the game. I do believe that when he plays, it affects other folks, some for the better, some for not. And I do believe that, you know, he's anticized his play now. He's more about theatrics than he is about getting that out there and getting that hustle off his muscle. So I'm seeing that, you know, even though he's old and he's doing still doing some stuff that, you know, most cats don't get to do, you can see the wear or tear on him. I thought he was always a stiff athlete. Now he's even more stiff because of, you know, age and the process of time. But he's still effective to a degree where, you know, he's one of the better players still in the league. And that's a travesty. That's a travesty. That's an indictment on the league, so to speak, man. But I do know we gotta get some youthfulness up in there. We gotta get some shooters in there, and we gotta get some people out there that's a lot more hungry to make plays. Because right now they're not out there doing that. And I think that the new management, because the management that taking over the Lakers now, I believe, are the same management that's over there with the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are spending a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to try to right the shit with the Lakers. I hope they are too, because I think both teams are, when you think of those sports, you think of those names. So I think that with that being a name, they can actually market that and use that to get the ship right and get the right people up in there. And I'm hoping that they're starting to do that. I think they need to get rid of the GM. I think the GM was not the right choice when they got him. He's been showing partiality, factions, and players, and you can't do that, man. You got to show partiality to the sport and what's better in its interest. And hopefully we get that, man, because it's tough watching other teams do well, man. I hate that, you know, you got teams who had never won nothing out there doing more than what people who have traditionally and historically had a winning tradition or a winning program. My man back. All right, good. I see you touching the computer.
My bad.
What was this, you good, man. You good.
Wardell Johnson.
You say what?
This is my bad. Let me catch up. That was me. What's good with the Just Do? Salute to you, bro. Cam J in the building again. Salute to you. Who is Whoever Wardell Johnson is, let me see your face, brother. I can get you up here. Gotta turn your camera on real quick.
Yeah, but no, while he's doing that, cameraman, I've seen a lot of people like just in regular general life and on film on camera, man, drinking out of them hydro flasks. And I was wondering, man, if that's because of health purposes or what, man, because I know some people be like really hard on like drinking out of plastic bottles and things like that. So they rather just get the regular water and put it in a hydro flask and drink out of that.
Gotcha. All right, Wardell, you good, bro. I just say you good. You ain't gotta keep camera on if you don't want to keep it on.
Yeah, what's good, brother?
What's good with it, man? Nah, real
Bro,
quick.
I had to come for you, bro, because you're a Saints fan, big dog, a Saints fan. And look, I'm from the city. I'm from the city, and you a Saints fan, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, that's jacked up. That's you.
Yeah, that's me. What's
yeah,
All
up,
right, bet.
yeah.
You don't like the Saints, bro? You don't like the
bro?
team?
Man, look, Mickey Loomis. Like I follow the Saints because I'm from the area. You feel me? But I'm not a Saints fan at all. But man, Mickey Loomis, that's y'all biggest problem right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he got something going on with the owner or what. But man, that man been there too long, big dog. Dog,
That's
that man
true.
been with that man been with the organization 20 plus years, bro. The longest tenured GM in football,
Mm.
and bought one Super Bowl. Come on now.
I was staying when hearing about Belichick when he was looking shopping around and wanting to do something different. First thing I said was, "Bruh, please Saints make a move," because yeah, you right. I wasn't gonna say nothing about it, but I'm just like, yeah, when you can't have, you know what I'm saying, 2 decades worth of lineage and only bring one championship, that ain't how that typically works. But no, real quick, Thomas, about the I didn't even know what it was called, bro. Like the flash thing. Like I said, this is my wife, one of her coffee mugs that she had, and I just took it because I was trying to. At first, I was drinking tea through a cup yesterday, and I'm like, damn, like if I'm trying to drink it, slow drink it, and do other stuff, it get cold too quick. So I was like, man,
Yeah,
let me take one of these real quick, man. That junk stay hot for hours.
for like 12 hours, right? 16
Yeah,
hours, something like that. Yeah, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke.
but
But you
yeah,
know that they say that the truest conductor for the liquids we should be putting in there is like glass or metal. So because
mhm.
they don't leach off. So I noticed that. I just didn't know why. I see it everywhere now, man. Everybody drinking out. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to grab me one of them things too.
That's because a lot of people, man, with them, what is they called, them Stanley cups or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The arm and the leg, hell no, bro. Like she didn't have these same
Yo,
Contigo cup
bro,
in like 6, 7, probably 8 years or something like that, bro.
I'm gonna be real with you. Stanley Cups didn't used to be that expensive. Like Champion used to be like cheap, bro. Now Champion like it's
Mm-hmm.
freaking Christian Dior or some stuff out here, dog. They
Mm-hmm.
be wilding with this stuff, man. I think these influencers got to be put to an end, dog. They be out
Yep.
here influencing because
Hey, and real quick, since we got my man Wardell up here, you a Pelicans fan or you not a Pelicans fan?
I rock with the Pelicans because they're the home team. You feel me?
bet.
But man, I mean, you see how the league going, man. It's hard to be a fan of a team because the dudes jump around so much, big dog. You know what I'm
For
Yeah.
saying?
sure.
Yep.
So, be besides that, do you rock with any other team, or you just strictly like just look at the sport and you don't really rock with no teams?
Like, bro, growing up, bro, of course, man, I'm a MJ fan. You feel me?
Okay.
But so I was a Bulls fan and I was a Spurs fan, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Now I feel you. My brother, he's always been a Spurs fan, man. I think one thing about good about the franchise, they showed that while they did have talent, like considerable talent too. I think a lot of times it gets underplayed. It was more so a system that they bought into, and that system was what was so widely successful for them because they stayed to it. And it's refreshing when you see like most of the times you're winning with talent, and the talent overcomes whatever else is going through. But they actually had a system that was beating talent. Like they beat some really strong teams.
Gee, they beat them Lakers teams, man, with Shaq and Kobe.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like, you know what I mean?
But he beat me to it. I was about to say they beat my squad, goddamn it. But they knocked out that.
Hey, one. Do you not see the reason why? Like they had no shooters around them two players, man. And then when Kobe was at the helm, they really had nothing around his ass, dog.
True, but the thing is, man, San Antonio, bro, they beat you with smart basketball. Like
They really did. No, they really did.
you can't what is it? You can't move faster than the ball do. At ball movement, just understanding that trust in personnel and
Absolutely.
sticking and playing within your means. That's why
Absolutely.
that's for me. Even now, like even though it's been kind of re-geared a little bit, even now, bro, it's like they still play within their means. They whole scheme and system they have has changed, but at the same time, it's like they still playing selfless basketball.
Yeah, core principles.
Yeah. Bro, you can't beat that. Like a lot of teams, like when I was watching it when that team with Kawhi and all them, when they beat the Miami Heat with Tony Parker, Kawhi, and Tim Duncan and them, I was like, bro, like people like, how the hell did the Heat lose? The Heat had a better team. No, the Heat had better athletes. The Spurs had a better team. They had veterans that played within their means and knew what they was great at, bro. And they leaned into it.
Absolutely. I say that all the time. I thought that when the Lakers was coming up, I thought there was like 4 teams that were better than them. Period. Point blank. I just think that Kobe and Shaq was that special that they could beat them on most occasions. But you ran into teams that like that's just not going to work. And San Antonio definitely is a team. Like they are a true consummate team. Ain't one person bigger than another. And they talk and Pop, man, he get on the stars like he get on the cats that ain't stars. Yep. No favoritism. Make you freaky. This is what's going on. What, you gonna do it or not?
Yep.
I like that, man.
So let me ask y'all fellas this. If y'all think Pop was still coaching with Wemby and Stephon Castle and them boys, you think they'll still be doing good?
Yep. The only reason being is it's very hard for you to go against somebody with so much success. Like when you let's say, for example, when you have let's just go basketball or stick with basketball. When you have a Rashad McCants walk in a room full of high school students or high school player or college players, they're gonna be like, "Oh, he played in the NBA." They gonna hear him, but they don't see the success behind it. Let's say if Jordan, LeBron, or Kobe walk in that room, bro, they gonna straighten their stance up, ears gonna perk open, they pull out notepads or phones to record to take notes. Success breeds a different level of respect, and I think with Pop, when he speak, them boys gonna be like, "Hold on, man, like." This is the OG of OGs that's telling us it's the godfather of it. We gotta tune in and make sure we listening to what he's saying. But I think they would tap in. Me personally, I think they probably be playing better, to be honest with you. For me,
now I second that, and I look to the players that have played with him or had some affiliation with him. Right, I've seen players speak highly of him every single time they get a chance or an outfit or a stage to sit it. And I've seen his competitors that played against him but had a chance to play with him in some fashion say, "Hey, yo, bro, he's truly one of the most brilliant minds, and also he's one of the most relatable coaches too. He relates well to the people." I think also, like I say, he hold everybody accountable to the standard. Nobody's above it. And I think that garners more respect than anything, man. You're willing to play for somebody that's going to treat you just as equally important as the person that's making more of the money on the team. Mm-hmm. I mean, it goes unsaid sometimes, but unnoticed sometimes. But everybody that I hear speak of him speak glowingly of him, bro. So I think that he definitely would have them boys. And they got so much more talent now. They got a lot of talent now.
Yeah, but we in a new era, man, where these coaches really don't. I mean, these players don't be respecting them coaches like that, though. That's why I presented that question. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, and I think that a lot of that is because they show partiality. I think when somebody does not do that and holds everybody to the same standard, that's to be respected. Because in life, we don't often get that. When we look at every aspect of life, you'll find somebody holding favoritism to something or someone. He was like, "Nah, the only thing I favor is us winning, and this is how we do
Facts.
it." So that's why I
And
think he get a lot of respect. My bad.
no, you're good, Tom. I was gonna say, and just to add on to that, a lot of these coaches now are young. When you look at the last dying breed of these older coaches like Rick Carlisle, trying to think who else, even Coach Spo, he young, but he old in terms of the success that he had when he had that Heat team with LeBron, Bosh, and D Wade. I can't remember if he was. I don't think he was coaching when it was Shaq and D Wade were there. No, I think he was still in film, but he still got a couple of championships under his belt. Like Steve Kerr, he
Hmm.
he isn't. He kind of old too. I'm trying to think, but I'm thinking more so that Rick Carlisle era where it's like they probably 50, 60 and up. You're right.
Yeah,
He's like
yeah,
one of the last ones I can think of. All the rest of these coaches is young. Like if they got a coach that came out there and actually shown the actual like Rick Carlisle gets the respect he gets because look at the team he knocked off to get the chip that he got. He knocked
yeah.
off the Miami Heat team with Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, um, what was it, Sean Marion and JJ Barrera.
Yeah, little
All these guys.
JJ, the Laker carry.
It's like, bro, he beat them with a team that the Heat should not have lost to them at all.
At
He went in
all.
there, yeah.
Nah, dog. Nah, shouldn't have.
At all, bro. There's no reason they should have lost that team.
Was good with Thomas. Yeah, he outcoached the hell out of them, bro. So that's why you seeing what you seeing when they come from the Pacers, why they give him so much respect. They play so hard for him because they look at the fact that he done been there and did it. He got the proof is in the pudding. So for them, that's why they play as hard as they do, bro. At least that's what I see. But a lot of these other coaches, like JJ Redick, he not. I mean, he may be a great basketball mind, but at the same time, like he's still young. Like it's hard for you to respect somebody that's a couple years older than you that's supposed to be your coach when y'all can probably be at the same club later that night together. A lot of them other coaches, man, they like 20, 30 years older than the players. Y'all ain't gonna be in the same. Y'all not gonna be in the same spaces outside of being on the court together.
Facts.
Why is he even the coach though, bro? Like he never coached before. So that's what I'm saying, man. I can't understand for the life of me how this organization, like I said, at one time was the pinnacle of sports franchises. Got somebody like JJ Redick that came off of ESPN to coach the dang Lakers.
Same thing they did with Luke Walton.
Yeah, word. Word.
Like, how did he get that gig, bro? It's like, oh, Bill played for you. You just knowing, and it's like, okay, we'll give it a shot, but yeah, nah.
That's crazy how they could just lay up there and just get a coaching job, but brothers got to lay up there and work up the ranks to get a job. You feel me? Like we
Facts.
got to become assistant coaches and all this other crap. You know what I'm saying? Before we get a head coaching job, when JJ Redick, no coaching experience, get a job. Luke Walton, no coaching experience, get a job. You feel me? That ain't cool, man.
And
It
you know
ain't.
what's
And
crazy? We still got Mark Jackson, who's sitting sideline, still ain't got another
yo,
opportunity.
yo, bro, that's who I wanted them to get. That's who I
Hey,
wanted them to get. Because I mean, I might be out of pocket for it, but I feel like the response, the success that Golden State had was solely part and due to Mark Jackson and what he saw, his vision.
he set the foundation for it. And then
Well,
another player that got a coaching position with no experience, Steve Nash.
none.
None.
And look, check this. Look at Kerr now. You know what I'm saying? Steph Curry falling off, and he falling off as well. That man can't coach, man. He was inherited a
Can't.
team, bro.
And I got people defending the fact that I'm like, bro, like if Mark Jackson would have been there, they was gonna win
Nah, he was gonna win
championship.
a chip. He was gonna win something, dog.
And then I don't condemn the guy for the Celtics, but look, they were looking to take him down too because he won a championship, bro. Like they don't want us to do well at anything at all.
And Thomas, I said the funniest analogy when it came to Steve Kerr. I said, bro, when you walk into a house that's already paid off, is you gonna continue making payments to the bank, or are you just gonna live off the laurels of what's already been paid off? They was like, hell, I'm not gonna keep paying the bank. There you go, bro. What do we? That's what we seeing with him.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Like it's crazy, man.
You would be a fool to continue to do so, right? so yeah, man. I don't understand it, but like because it is the stigma that like my man well, yeah, Johnson just said, bro, yo, it's a stigma in play against us and being in positions where we could show what we truly are capable of doing. And every time they do well, they shut them down. And it seems like it's systemic every single time. Something gets shut down. They saw what this man was building. So let's go on and get somebody over there that we can. It's almost like the 5 Heartbeats. You remember when they wanted to come with the album and they gave the
album? Just like, nah, y'all got to change y'all tune up.
Like, this ain't us, man. Who is this? And then they came in there with the shout out. So you know that's what's up, man. That's a great analogy too, man. Unfortunately, it's true.
Thomas, you know who the one token coach they didn't gave leeway to this entire time? Doc Rivers.
Absolutely, you were right about that, man. Absolutely.
Well, my man's Wardell brought up the thing, like how the hell can somebody win or be a GM for 20 plus years and only win one championship? Doc Rivers is the coach for me that come to mind when I look at it and I say, I ain't never seen nobody get so much run off of winning one championship, but then lost the most game 7s or the most playoff losses, but he get the most run ever, opportunity after opportunity. I said, how the hell is this still happening, bro? Like, dude won the championship, obviously, against my Lakers, but when you have one of the greatest teams assembled in freaking KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Perkins, goddamn Rondo coming into his own that nobody knew about, Tony Allen and the rest of them boys, bro. Like that's a golden ass team. But then the only thing you can show for it is you got one chip for it. You had an opportunity with the Bucks. You didn't win that. Like Clippers. You was getting bounced out left and right. I'm like, bro, I'm confused. Like, who the hell keep hiring this? Well, Mark Jackson did a job, man. What the hell?
I know he getting them good ass jobs too, bro. Doc Rivers get some good ass jobs, bro, and can't close the deal.
Yeah, he had Philly, bro, and they should have won with Philly. He had too much talent not to win with Philly. I'm sorry.
Clippers too. Like,
and I think he ruined that. What's his name? The Ben Johnson. I think he ruined Ben Johnson. Ben Simmons. Yeah, Ben Simmons. Yeah. I think he ruined him, bro.
Yeah.
I think he ruined him. That kid was actually special, bro. Like he was a heck of a player, but I don't know if he had the right mindset to be with him. Mm-hmm. Like I believe that they said that there was a problem playing for Jordan. Like Jordan would be extremely tough on you, and he would talk to you in very demeaning fashions. And some people that just don't register. Some people that spark. Mm-hmm. Some people are like, who the fuck are you talking? Oh, I'm gonna show you. And then there's some people that that don't work well. But I will say what you said is true. I think it was not only did he win for the Celtics, but it was against the Lakers. And I think because of that, he got given leeway because we all know the dynamic there.
Yep. I don't know. If I would have been playing with Jordan, bro, me and him would have threw hands, and he would have got his. He would have got his. He would have got his. He would have gave me my respect because we threw hands. It wasn't gonna be no. Like Steve Kerr. Not about the. And you know, big ass hands. You know, he slapped. Half his face was gone. Nah, you're not finna slap me at all. We finna throw hands. You're not finna talk to me crazy. I'm gonna get my respect because I'm gonna whoop you or you're gonna whoop me, but we're gonna fight every day until you be like, all right, I respect this youngster.
Facts.
Same thing with Kobe. Kobe didn't really do it, but he pushed him in a way, but he didn't take it to the same sentiment as Jordan did. Like Kobe demanded like perfection out of you or hard work out of you. Jordan was like, nah, bro. Like he's slapping and doing some other. Nuh-uh.
I think you see the true essence of Jordan in that damn what was it called that everybody was waiting for?
Oh, the Last Dance.
Yeah, man. I think that really showed who Jordan truly is. And if you, it's like some people are just fans. Like they gonna see this is why he's great, but it was really showing you why he was who he was and why some people who have played with him say like they would sock him if they saw him.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy that some of your players that you done played with would say, man, if I saw him, it's on site. That's crazy.
Like, hey, any man that got some self-respect or dignity for himself, not gonna let no other man. Like, there's a difference between talking to you and talking at you, right? And then like trying to build you up to build confidence versus like demeaning and just disrespecting you. Like, ain't no man gonna want to sit there and be disrespected on no daily basis from another player. Like, it's like, hold on, bro. Like we men at the end of the day, you're not finna be sitting here talking to me like this. And I bet he probably did that in front of, obviously in front of people and stuff, but he probably did that in front of somebody's kids and stuff like that too. Like, nah, bro. I'm pretty sure. Hey, and Wardell, you can speak for this. People over in your neck of the woods in Louisiana, they not going, bro. Any of that disrespect, hey, he'll be lucky if he make it to the next day.
Facts, bro.
Yeah, definitely where he from. It's hard over there. Yeah, it's real hard over there.
You're not gonna be slapping no other man and thinking like y'all finna go play ball. Nah, you about to take a dirt nap, bro. Like this is not gonna end well. Hell no.
Yes,
but that's one thing that I always looked at and was like, hey man, shout out to them, the people that made it through it. But at the same time, I would have made it through it, but there would have been some hands being thrown. We would have been teammates when the lights and camera come on, but as soon as it turn off,
y'all didn't see the interview that I don't know, you're a big Lakers fan. Remember Samaki Walker? He was like a bench role player for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went on Byron Scott joint and he brought up a story where, man, him and Kobe like betted, you know what I'm saying, was shooting half court shots, and they betted. Kobe won and Kobe was like, man, where my money at? Samaki was like, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And Kobe was like, all right, cool. So Kobe seen him the next day. Was like, man, where my money at? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Samaki was like, man, you know, we just finished in practice, man. I gotta go get it. So he didn't have it on him. Kobe stole off on Samaki, you heard me? And walked off. You heard me? So, man, Samaki, man, was like, man, stunned that Kobe punched him, you feel me? So, man, the next day, man, Samaki said he went to practice and was like, man, I'm headhunting for Kobe, you heard me? And then I think he said it was Shaq's security guard, you know, brought him to the side and was like, man, look, you know, if you punch Kobe or you touch Kobe, it's not your career. It ain't going to end well for you feel me? So so Kobe wound up apologizing to him, you feel me, about the situation. But, you know, you talking about, you know, you was going to be throwing hands with Kobe or MJ. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it, bro. That's the, you know what I'm saying, the faces of the league. You fuck them up. You fuck them up, dog. Shit, your career done, bro. The NBA ain't going to forgive you, dog. You feel me? So, but yeah, fellas, I'm about to get back to work, man. It was good chatting with y'all, bro.
Man, awesome chatting to you, baby boy. I appreciate you coming up, man.
All right.
Hey, Thomas, he brought up a great point for me though. Even though they the faces, I wouldn't have whooped him. But hey, we would have gotten to a fight where you couldn't have told who won. If I needed to tone down the hands for the sake of that,
absolutely.
On him to let him know you're not gonna disrespect me.
Absolutely.
I would have gave him enough to let him know, hey, I got more in the tank. Hey, let him know, look, I didn't press the gas all the way, bro. I could have turned up more.
You better get some understanding about me. Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I think I did hear that story that he was talking about. I'm not sure if it was on the Byron Scott show or something, but you know, the one thing that I will say about all of the people who played with Kobe, they all have respect for that man. They all have respect for him. They all say, you know what? People didn't understand the fact that he just was an ultimate competitor and he wanted to win. And like he gave everything he could do to try to make sure that he prepared himself to put himself and his team in the best chance to win. And, you know, unfortunately, he just had people, especially in the day and age that he started playing in his prime of his career, that didn't have that same passion. They didn't have that same fervor for the sport. And, you know, it was nerve-wracking to him because some people are just a certain way, a particular way. And, yo, if I'm giving everything I got, why you Mickey Frickies now? And I'm better than you.
They was satisfied with being in the league, and they didn't want to be the best. They were just satisfied and content with making, let's just say they made an All-Star game. They was content with that. They were satisfied and content with just being in the league. Kobe was like, I'm here. I want to win at the highest level. That drive is different when it's championship or nothing, when you have that type of mentality versus somebody that was, it's make it to the league or nothing for me. When you make it, you're content. You're not going to continue to put in the groundwork to try and elevate yourself to be one of the best, if not the best, all time, or best at your position all time, or best, you know, in franchise history for that position, or best player for that franchise. Like, it's different levels of train of thought that go into that. And a lot of these players nowadays get the bag. I made it. I got the fandom. I got the fame. I don't want to be successful. I don't want to have that competitor's edge where I'm willing to put in the work and lay it all on the line and stuff like that. It's like a lot of these players, like for me, and this is no disrespect to this dude, man, I'm gonna say this. For me, for LaMelo Ball, right? For me, he does not play a winning brand of basketball. And in me, I personally think he overrated. Like his game to me is ugly. Outside of the fact that like he plays with high energy and can pass, his jump shot is hideous. Shot selection is terrible. And he doesn't play winning basketball. Like, he's not going to lead the Hornets nowhere fast. They going nowhere fast. Like, they on a treadmill trying to cross the finish line type of thing when it come to having LaMelo. That's just my view on him. Some people are going to say, oh, you hating on? I'm not hating. I wish the young brother nothing but success. But if I had to pick between a healthy Lonzo and a healthy LaMelo, I'm picking Lonzo hands down, because Lonzo, he understands to do whatever is needed and understands the concept of winning. People are going to say, well, Lonzo never won nothing. It's a mindset. I didn't say he had to be successful. It's a mindset. And that's one thing I can say with Lonzo. He had the mindset. What's good with it? What's good with it, brother? What's good with it? That's one thing. And I think that's DS, if I'm not mistaken. That's one thing for me that I can look at and say he has the mindset and understand what it means to play winning basketball. And LaMelo more is like still stuck in that high school mindset of highlight reel basketball. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just how I view him.
No, that makes perfect sense. I fully understand what you're saying. I'm not big on LaMelo either. Now, because Lonzo was drafted and a certain Celtic was not, I'm not too particular about Lonzo neither. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I feel exactly what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
For the life of me, I didn't understand why we didn't draft that boy from the Celtics. Tatum. I don't know why we didn't draft that boy.
I know why.
LeBron?
Mm-mm. They didn't draft Tatum because they were thinking of selling tickets. LeVar Ball poached the Lakers into thinking that that Lonzo was going to put butts in seats because of all of the background noise that came with it. Like, think about how much LeVar hyped him up and hyped up his kids that surrounded it. The Lakers was thinking selling tickets over selecting the player that could mesh or fit well or have more of a long-term type of game that could take them to higher heights. For me, that at least that's my opinion on why they did it. They was looking at ticket sales versus the player themselves.
Nah, you make sense there. I was thinking, you know, I'm more of a practicalist, so I saw the last game that they had at UCLA, and that was the selling point for me. I saw in that game, I don't think that he could be the face of a franchise, nor can he be the thing that ignites it. Whereas Tatum was man. It was like he was the man in the damn in that same damn format. So how do you pass on him when you know he's going to be available? I'm sorry about that background noise.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. Nah, for sure. That's literally, for me, that's what I think they did. They were looking at ticket sales and hype instead of looking at the better player that could fit the organization or take them further. That's what I think.
Yeah, and him being part of the hometown lineage didn't help either, man.
Yep.
They thought it was a slam dunk, but like I said, man, in the playoffs, not the playoffs, but the tourney, you see what players are truly made of. Because in that moment, like I said, Danny Manning. Are you aware of who Danny Manning is?
Yeah.
Did you see him play at Kansas?
Nah, I didn't get to see it.
Man, this dude made a tourney run. Probably the greatest tourney run of all time. Maybe Durant come close. Was it Durant? Yeah, I think Durant. Did Durant win at Texas?
I can't remember if he won a chip with them or not.
I can't even begin to imagine who played with Danny Manning. But this man took Kansas, and I mean, they won a championship. You know what I'm saying? He was playing lights out ball. He was everything to that team. Everything. And if there was a definition of one person winning for a team, my one person would be Danny Manning, and a close second would be not Isaiah. What's his name? Allen Iverson. Because I don't know how the hell that Allen Iverson got to the finals that one year with that team. I'm sorry. So mad respect to everybody on that team.
So that was in 87 and 88 that you talking about with Danny Manning, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kevin Pritchard, Milt Newton, Chris Piper, Jeff Goldner, Archie Marshall, Clint Normore. The hell is that? Mike Maddox, Ron Kellogg, Calvin Thompson, Greg Drayling, and Cedric Hunter. That's all his teammates. So yeah, you made a good point, bro. He had the greatest run because I don't know any of them players at all.
None of those players touched the NBA team roster. On top of that, the play that he did, he clearly, man, he was getting 30 a night in this tourney. He was putting buckets together. But you clearly see him now it's a little bit more disparity on teams because you get more than one just player. And so that's super productive or super talented. So you get a lot of people that actually have a play and a chance of you winning. I think that Danny Manning, the qualities that he showed in there show you a player that's worthy of a top choice. I'm not saying that Lonzo wasn't. I think Lonzo does bring qualities to a team, but Lonzo is truly a consummate team player. And I agree with your assessment with him over his brother who may produce more, but he's not. It's like I think with the situation with Trae Young, I think he is talented, uber talented, but he's just not a team player, at least for the team that they have constructed.
Yep. So
with that, you can't continue to have him there because all it does is drive a wedge between the continuity that you have in your locker room. Yep. So you got to move that. With that being the case, Lonzo is a great player. You can't. Hey, I wish I could make the NBA. And I believe who's the he used to be a Wizard. I think he was a Wizard or a Bullet, and then they traded him to another team. I think he's with Phoenix right now. Guard.
Who? What's it again? Sorry, I was reading my tired ass Cowboys fans. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Shout out to tired ass Cowboy fan. No, I was talking about the one. He used to play for the Wizards or the Bullets, and he got traded to the Phoenix. Team up with Booker and them. He's a guard.
Hold on, let's see. He plays right now, right?
Yeah, he plays right now. He has a ABCD league or something like that. He has one of those traveling team leagues, and he was talking to them young bucks. And he was talking about them not trying to put in the work to get to the league. They just want to get to the league off talent and name recognition. He was like, bro, you got to realize that the worst player in the league will all put you through the shed right now. You can't take none of their spots, and you dang sure ain't taking my spot. You got to come to this team.
That was Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal, exactly. Bradley Beal. My bad. Yeah, Bradley Beal. You seen that when he was talking to them young bucks?
Yeah.
He gave them straight game that day and told them, like, look, man, y'all ain't y'all embarrassing not only this name but your brand.
Yep.
And you can't think that just because, hey, you know who the white mamba is, right? Yep. I'll be telling my little cousins, but they don't be listening. I'm saying, bro, they told me Larry Bird was junk. I said, dog, I'm gonna tell you like this. You know who Byron Scalabrine is? I said, I know him because he's a USC Trojan alum, and I'm a USC Trojan fan. He's not very talented, but he is good enough to make the league. And he was beating rookies. He was beating G League stars, the top college player. He was beating them, and they wasn't scoring 3 points on him, and he's garbage. I said, and that's the separation that there is between what you think is good and what is actually good, because he's not on the upper echelon. He's at the lower scale of the talent in the league, but he's still able to wax these people. So what you think is basketball ain't truly basketball, bro. And like you said with LaMelo, that works as flash and gloom. That's and1 for sure. He's and1 caliber, and he is good enough. He's talented enough to fill the roster. But when you talk about winning, that ain't winning brand of basketball. You absolutely right with that, man. And I stand by you on that one.
Bro, I had to go check on Bradley Beal because I was like, if I remember right, he played for the Clippers, but I'm like, I haven't seen him play a game, and I just pulled it up real quick. I'm like, dude, out for the season. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. Bradley Beal might be on the edge of an.
He on his last leg. He on his last leg for sure.
Like I don't know why. Like he's getting kind of like almost like this. John Wall / Chris Paul treatment when it comes to these teams. And what I mean by that is John Wall still had he had enough in the tank to be on the right team in the right situation to be
absolutely
extremely having an extreme positive impact for a team. But the league was like, nah, we want him out of here. Not sure why he got blackballed. To me,
he got blackballed. I agree. I don't know what he did.
They passed Chris Paul around like, you know what I'm saying?
And he was far more productive than Chris Paul.
Yeah, they passed Chris Paul around like he was a $2 something that got purchased by some homeless people that, you know, or some inmates in a prison. Like that, it was like a female going to a all-male prison, bro. Like Chris Paul got passed around to every team. He was like, all right, I'm tired of this, bro. Toronto told him, don't even come here. You good. Don't come here. But Bradley Beal, same thing. He's going out kind of bad right now, bro. And I'm like, man, I think for him, Phoenix shouldn't have never pursued him, or he should have never agreed to go to Phoenix, just because you have two players there. It was literally seeing the Wizards roster or situation all over again, but just in Phoenix. You got another player that does the exact same thing you do in Devin Booker. The same thing you already had when you was in Washington. You had another player in John Wall that did the exact same thing as you. You're both like being an undersized guard. And the expectation is y'all gonna come in and do the same thing. I was like, he shouldn't have. Like for me, he shouldn't have went there. And it played out in the way it played out, which was like him, KD, and Booker. It just didn't work out because those two do the exact same thing, bro. And he undersized. So I'm like, he should have went somewhere else where his talents would have been more so appreciated, and he would have been able to actually have an opportunity to to showcase that more. But you know, it is what it is. KD is living his best life in Houston right now, balling, having fun. Got a young core, young group. The Amir Thompson, I think it's Amir, one of the twins, and Sengun and all them dudes, man. He having fun right now. Like I ain't seen KD had as much fun in a while. And then when they Houston, they was saying like James Harden when he became available, and Houston was like, "Are you guys gonna pursue James Harden?" They're like, "Hell no." Because you know what you're going to get out of James Harden. Sure, you're going to get a little bit during the regular season, but playoff time come around, my man go from being a goddamn megalodon shark to being a goldfish when the playoffs come around. When it's clutch time, he disappear. So I'm like, they made a good decision not going after him. Cleveland, they're gonna find that out firsthand. Cleveland should not have picked up James Harden. People like, oh man, you see him and Donovan Mitchell. I see. I can't look past what he's shown me in the past, which is every opportunity he gets to elevate or get his team over the hump, he has failed. He has let them down a multitude of times. Donovan Mitchell, we've seen what he did in the bubble when him and I think that was Devin Booker, him and Devin Booker that was going back and forth with huge buckets and no, not Devin Booker. Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray, when they was trading haymakers, when their teams was going at it, he showed me what he can do. So my trust in Donovan Mitchell, I trust Donovan Mitchell. James Harden, I don't trust him at all when it comes to them type of situations, bro. I don't. And
absolutely.
Donovan, for me, bro, it's like a Baron Davis 2.0. And what I mean by that is a lot of people be like, man, Spider got up. I'm like, bro, he do the same dunks every single time. A basic dunk and flare the legs to make it look like he up or make it look like he doing something. Those is dunks I was doing as a freshman. And then I was doing more than that because I was windmilling. I was 360 and missing in between the leg dunks and stuff like that as a freshman in high school. Like the dunks I see him doing is not something that go crazy. Tired ass Cowboys fans said Harden gonna be number 2 option come postseason. Bro, he was number 2 option with the Clippers. That failed. He was number 2 option. No, he was number 2 option with the Clippers, and that failed. With Brooklyn, I mean, he got up out of there as fast as he got there. He got up out of there just as fast. With Houston, he was never the number 2 there. Even when they brought Russell Westbrook there, he was still number 1 option. But I've seen him at the number 1 option. I've seen him at the number 2 option, and he still, for some odd reason, he don't show up, bro. He don't show up when he needs it most, unfortunately.
Nah, I agree, man. I agree. And I think that, like you said, he unfortunately plays a brand of basketball that's not conducive to winning as well either.
Yeah. And like, he nice, but
he nice. No, he is nice. But you know, also, man, I think that a lot of his game is predicated upon traveling, bro. I don't understand that these people get to travel nowadays, bro. I'm missing it, man. I have my people try to explain to me how it's not a travel, man. I've seen somebody take 6 steps without putting the ball down, and they said that was legit.
Hell no, that's not legit.
I said, bro, like, he put the ball down. That dude he said, well, that's a gather. So you get 2 steps on the gather, and then you get 2 steps. I'm like, bro, you don't get that. Like, when I came up, that's not what you got.
Hell no. If you're gathering, you better be pulling up when you're gathering, or you better be laying it up or doing something. Ain't no gather, and then you gathering to do a step back. Like, you cha-cha sliding at that point, bro. Like, ain't no way.
Am I right or wrong, bro? I want to know, when you came up, they told you that if you caught the ball and you didn't dribble, you got 1 step, right? You got 1 step to make your move, and then you had to make a move, though, right? You couldn't just take 2 steps and then do something, right?
Yep.
The only time you could do 2 steps is after a dribble. Am I not correct there?
That's how I was brought up with it, and every time I ain't never tried, but every time I saw somebody do something else, travel, it's like, yeah, nah, I ain't doing that.
They so inconsistent with it, but he is nice though, man. I'm not gonna lie, he is a bucket.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that's a bucket at a cost.
Yep. I agree wholeheartedly with that.
And unfortunately, like you said, they're gonna find out the hard way, the Harden way.
They gonna find out, because it's just, yeah, man. I think Harden, bro, decent player, but I just kind of over with everything that come with him. Like, that's just me. I ain't sold.
Somebody got flack for saying that, you know, he would never win the title by himself, like or as the main player. I forgot who it was, but they said it, and they called flack for it. It was Kobe.
Kobe said the type of brand of basketball he plays is not winning basketball. He's not going to win them. And he said it, and what we seeing, bro? Like, not winning nothing, bro. I mean, you can say he ran up against some of the best teams in the league and was just outgunned and outmatched. Sure. Like when he obviously with Steph, KD, and Clay, or Steph and Clay, I can understand. I can understand that sentiment, right? But it's a lot of players that ran into that situation where they done ran up against, you know what I'm saying, all time great teams. But at some point, you got to break through. You got to at least make it to the final to be like, okay, I made it there. I just came up short because of X, Y, and Z. Anthony Edwards, for example. Anthony Edwards went through the gauntlet and was like, you know what I'm saying, battling back and forth between Luke and Kyrie. They
Yeah.
got ousted, but what did you see? Ant-Man showed up every single game, and you can rely on him because he gave you everything he had.
No, absolutely. Only
James
thing,
Harden will give you a 2-point game in one game, 30 in the next game, no points and 9 assists in one game. Like, it was like, nah, bro.
yeah, you right about that. Only thing Ant got to worry about is them females, boy. That's about it. But other than that, yeah, Ant be balling.
Yeah, bro. We gotta teach that young man. Hey, bro.
Everyone out there making comments to, you know, some other people that's got like older women on their team. That man said, yeah, it's better to be dealing with an older cougar than to have 5 fraternity cases on me. Like, the internet is savage, bro.
Oh man, like Ant-Man, they gotta take his phone or take his accounts and put that man in a bubble or something, because Ant-Man be out there, bro. They be acting like Ant-Man is a dog with a little pink thing hanging out. That dude just he be out there on hot pursuit of everything moving. But yeah, man.
Nah, speaking of that, what you was talking about, but about winning and continuity, Ant-Man was on that team too, bro. You saw who played in the dang championship game and in the game to get to the championship for the Olympic team? They only played certain folks, and it was the folks that they knew would cater to them the team winning. Like Booker got run. When KD finally got healthy, they had him out there. He was instrumental. You know, Steph Curry. It was a lot of people that was upset, you know, complaining and whatnot, man. But hey, yo, it's like, what you gonna do in that moment, man? You a big time player, no doubt. But is your play gonna be conducive to us getting a win? And will you sacrifice what you might do best for what might be best for the team in the moment? Some people ain't willing to make that sacrifice.
And
that's a fact.
They play Ant-Man in games that was perfect for what he could do for them, bring a high energy in. Like they literally played him in key moments of certain games, but the championship games, they played it tight to the vest, bro. They wanted to play with people that knew what it took to win at that level, or understood that they had a 5-in, 5-out situation where everybody on that court could knock down a 3. And it was like you had to pick your poison when it came to Team USA with playing that team where they could switch. They could switch every play because they had the shortest person on the court at one time was Steph. 6'4", let's say 6'3", 6'4". Everybody else is 6'5", 6'6", and up. When they take Steph out and they bring in, let's just say they have D-Book out there with LeBron, KD, AD, and let's just say Anthony Edwards as well. Everybody is 6'6" and up. You can switch everything. So it was like everybody on the court could do the same thing. It's just a matter of they needed the ones that had the IQ to match with understanding situational basketball too. So, and I think, I mean, they coached it perfect. We saw what happened. Steph did what he did in that gold medal game, bro.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. In that moment, Steph showed that he's truly one of the greats. I can't dispute that. KD showed why he is a unicorn. My man Booker showed why he needs some respect put on his name. And B showed why he need to be a Laker. And that's all I'm gonna say about that.
That's an absolute fact, bro. I ain't dispute none of that, man. That's a fact. But I'm gonna get my butt up out the way, man. I've been on it for 2 hours.
Hey, man, I appreciate you for bringing me up, man. Shoot, I didn't even know you was on. Once I saw you was on, let me come mess with my guy.
I gotta get a set schedule, but my in-laws is here, man. So I was like, let me take advantage of it while I got a little bit of time, bro. So,
shout out to the in-laws, man. Shout out to the in-laws, bro. They allowed you to get a little bit of time, man.
Yep, hopped on yesterday. I probably will do one from the road tomorrow, and then what's tomorrow? Tomorrow Thursday. Yeah, I probably do one from the road tomorrow, and then try and maybe do one more Friday too. But then Saturday will be celebrating my son's birthday. He turning 5, so he'll be 5 on the 1st, and then my daughter will be 4 on the 23rd.
Oh, that's what's up.
So
this is a big month for y'all then, man.
Man, it's too busy of a month, bro.
Yo, what y'all gonna do for the celebrating?
So we're taking my son, man. We're taking him to one of the casinos they have here, but they have like a whole setup and stuff. And we're gonna be like doing like a swim and bowling thing with him there. So
Okay.
they can swim as long as they want, like a bunch of his little friends and stuff,
Yeah, that's
swimming,
what's up.
bowling. And then for food, I'm gonna be smoking some beef ribs, some pork ribs. My wife is making a what is it? She said I think a shrimp lo mein, like noodle dish or whatever. So yeah, that's another thing I might start doing is showing and sharing like because I smoke meats and stuff. So just showing
Yeah.
that part of it too, bro.
On the Traeger, right? You say you got a Traeger?
Yeah.
Which one you got? The Ironwood?
Which one do I have?
You probably got the Ironwood, or is it the Timberline?
I didn't have it for so long. I think it's the Ironwood though. I have to go.
The Ironwood, yeah, man, that's a big joint right there.
Because I can smoke. I smoked on there. What was it? 2 racks of the big beef ribs. You know the ones that's like that tenderness.
Them Gigantors, yeah. Them Tara Sanders one.
2 racks of those and 6 racks of pork ribs all at once.
Damn, yeah, you got the 750, I think.
Yeah. So,
or the 850. I think it's 850. My bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pull that up on live and share.
Oh man, yeah, you gotta show us. You gotta show us that, man. And in fact, man, your wife, she cooking her native food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you should show that too, bro. So people can get in, and culturized. I don't even know if that's a term, but man, I know that's a beautiful ass culture.
Yeah. Yeah. So
and I know their food is fire.
Bro, I eat, man. I say this, like pretty much since I met her, I eat way more fresh of everything. Fresh vegetables, understanding that like different meats and
nigga, it show on your skin.
good cuts versus bad cuts, all type of stuff, bro. Like health wise, yeah, on the right track.
Hey man, well, once again, I'm gonna let you go on and get ready for the festivities, man, and get things set for that time, man. Always appreciate you bringing me up, man. Appreciating you and showing the content, man. One of the people that I actually can listen to and actually discuss. Sometimes it just be like it be clamor out there, and that's all I'm gonna say.
I already know. I'm already knowing. I appreciate you pulling up, Thomas, for sure, man. Like I said, I probably be dropping a link almost every show. Just if anybody want to pull up, they definitely can. But otherwise, I'll be on here cooking and get up out the way.
Nah, that's another thing, man. I want to also give you that flower too, man, because it's not a lot of people who can just go up there and talk for hours, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And keep it interesting and keep it fresh. That's talent, and that's also hard work, bro. So shout out to you on that too, because a lot of people drop links just because they ain't got the content to speak on.
Yeah, but, I know what you mean by that, bro. I didn't see
that's real rap, bro, and that's no disrespect to them too, man, because hell, it's entertaining, but you actually are driving content, man. So shout out to that, man. But I'm gonna let you go on and get busy, man. Get back to the family. Appreciate you and your time, player.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, y'all. Well, I'm about to get up out the way. Appreciate my brother Thomas pulling up. Appreciate my other brother that pulled up, Wardell, also known as. Let me make sure. I don't know if he want me saying that name or not. So let me go back up here. 84 Jacked Up. Appreciate you pulling through. Shout out to all Louisiana as well, man. Everybody else that came in the building. Cam J, Thomas, TDM, and then Thomas Hill, obviously tired ass Cowboys fan. Knockout Boxing 86 TV. Just Do Boxing. Who else came in the building, man? Teach was in the building as well. Five was in the building. Quee was in the building. Who else we got, man? Uncle Rick was in the building. So salute to everybody that came through, that commented, smashed the like, sub to the channel. Salute to anybody that didn't say nothing, but you was watching and listening. Salute to you as well. Hope y'all enjoyed the content, man. We'll be back with another one. Again, y'all make sure hit the like, sub to the channel. If you're catching the playback, comment in the comments. I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of y'all. With that said, we up out of here, man. Y'all be gold, man. We gone.